Beautifully worked by Watford.
Ruben Neves for Wolverhampton Wanderers.
And it's there!
That will do it.
Gray, what an impact!
Jota! Wembley beckons for the Wolves.
Watford are into the FA Cup semi-finals.
Hello there and welcome to Wembley Stadium as Wolverhampton Wanderers take on Watford, looking to book their place in next month's FA Cup final, with Manchester City, of course, lying in wait. Four-time winners Wolves have already beaten the likes of Liverpool and Manchester United to get to this stage, while Watford are aiming to reach the final for only the second time in their history. To your commentary team then of Danny Murphy and Guy Mowbray.
Two teams intent on cup glory, with precious little to separate them over the Premier League season. This has all the makings of a tight, intense semi-final, exactly how one should be. For Watford, two changes to the team that relegated Fulham on Tuesday night. Aurelien Gomez continues his cup countdown to likely retirement at the end of the season. He takes over from Ben Foster in goal, whilst Andre Gray's second-half substitute display against Fulham has earned him a start ahead of Gerard Deulofeu. Wolves make three changes. They've also been consistent with a cup keeper selection. John Ruddy is in for Rui Patricio. Romain Saiz takes Ryan Bennett's place in the back line. And Johnny returns at left wing-back with Ruben Vinagre back to the bench. It's the same lineup that played so well in beating Manchester United in their quarter-final. Watford won the toss for choice of kit, so they're in their home yellow and black colours. Wolves all in white. One of those days where you can look for omens all over the place. One may be that Wolves have yet to win in that white kit this season. They would prefer to point to their Wembley record. They've won the last 6 times that they've been at this stadium. And they're on the offensive right from the start. And that wasn't far away at all from Johnny Castro Otto.
Brilliant start from Wolves. Jimenez involved, as always, comes out to this left-hand side, tries to get the whip into that top corner. Unlucky there, Johnny. Good start from Wolves.
Super noise around Wembley Stadium. All of Watford, all of Wolves in party mode and mood. Wolves came into this game on a run of only 2 defeats in their last 14 played in all competitions, and you can include 2 very famous, well-received wins over Manchester United at Molineux in that run. Watford aren't in bad shape either, although they're on a bit of a win one, lose one sequence over the last 7 games, and if you take that to its extension today, they'll lose this.
Wolves haven't won in the white kit, and Watford are on a win one, lose one.
I knew you'd buy into it eventually.
Nobody's going to win.
Olabas. Deeney. Andre Gray is on the move, but he's lifted the ball over the top. He was onside, nothing wrong with the run.
Why is he not headed
the
it?
finish.
I think he's got to head it, Guy. Brilliant play from Deeney. Little back heel from Olabas here, looks up. Good ball. And as it comes over, not sure why he's not put his head in there. Maybe thinking of the keeper coming. That's a hard technique, but he's got to score.
Bally. Will Hughes tries to hold on to him. Nice bit of work from Johnny. Now a chance for Dendoncker to hit it, and it had to be tipped over the bar by Aurelien Gomez.
Better from Wolves. Comes to Dendoncker, decides to get out of his feet. He's got the space. Took a deflection, didn't it, off Cathcart?
It did.
It's a good strike.
Just at the top of his head.
Yeah, good save. First time we've seen Dendoncker involved in the game.
He's got height, and it's why he's in the queue there on the back of the penalty area. Something a little bit different from Wolves this time. Played in, and it's headed in by Doherty! Matt Doherty's incredible goal-scoring season goes on. 7 goals this campaign, 4 in the FA Cup. Watford 0, Wolves 1.
Well, we talked about set plays. It's a short corner this time. I'm not sure they exactly planned this, but it was a terrific ball in, wasn't it? The pace. And he keeps getting in there, Doherty. He loses his man. What a great ball in that is. The pace, the whip.
That's a lovely study from behind the goal in how it happened. Doherty shrugged aside Decore to make his run at just the right time.
Yeah, he did.
What a season for Matt Doherty. He's a player who's been with Wolves throughout their rise. 246 games for the club, 20 goals, 7 this season. He's got better as they've got better.
Yeah, he has.
Diogo Jota has Jimenez waiting wide. Doesn't need him, doesn't want him. Diogo Jota not far off.
What a run.
Wolves have awoken and they're tearing into Watford now.
Look at the skill. Cuts inside, ignores Jimenez, tries to whip in that corner. What a goal that would have been. Confidence to take it on.
Femenia. Hughes. Knocked down to Gray. What a saving tackle. That is absolute defensive perfection from Connor Cody.
It was superb football. Great ball in from Hughes. What a touch from Deeney. You have to say Gray's got to do better.
Comes off the chest of Cody.
It's brilliant defending, but he's not hit it well. Take nothing away from Cody, though.
It's the same score at the start of the second half as it was when these sides last met in the FA Cup. January 2008. 4-1 Wolves win at Vicarage Road. Adrian Mariappa, then as now, was in the Watford side. Actually came on as a sub for Malky Mackay. That's how long ago it was.
In.
Now here's Raul Jimenez. Jimenez gets his shot in. Gomez with a strong enough parry. There's the Wolves' danger. They can hit you when you least expect it.
Just on the line, offside line. Touch here. Goes through the legs, doesn't it, of Capoue. It's a little bit fortunate, but it's a good strike.
Here's Holebas. Holebas, and Bolly can only flick it. Pereira. Decore or Gray, neither can get to it. Femenia couldn't either. Jota's bundled his way out with the ball. Now tries to power away and he's held back by Holebas. Free kick, yellow card,
good foul.
No arguments.
Good foul. It's what we call taking one for the team. Whether you like it or not, it had to be done, but good defending, wasn't it, from Wolves again?
Holebas has played 97 times in the Premier League and picked up 34 yellow cards in it.
Oh, not bad.
Doherty. Jimenez! That is brilliant! Wolves number 9 with a vintage number 9 goal. And the Mexican wrestlers mask to celebrate. Now every goal is checked under VAR. They'll be having a look at offside here. Well, Raul Jimenez takes his mask to the sidelines. Michael Oliver waits to get the game restarted whilst it's being looked at. This is the VAR review. What are they looking for here? Handball. I don't think there's anything to do with that.
Chest, but is it offside? Is it not?
No handball involved. It was a brilliant cushion off the chest and a fine finish to follow. Goal stands. Wolves have a 2-goal lead. Look at the foot. Look at the foot there. Yeah. He's onside.
Yeah. It's close, isn't it? Let's talk about the technique of that goal. Beautiful cushion chest, superb volley, and a great ball in as well from Doherty. Brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic centre-forward play from Raul Jimenez. Watford 0, Wolves 2. Wolverhampton are on their way back. Off goes Hughes, on comes De La Feu, who's in pretty good goal-scoring form himself, 4 goals in his last 7 games. Javi Gracia's just looking a little bit forlorn. Femenia. De La Feu, who's been plenty involved since coming on. He's involved again here with Jean Moutinho. That spot out of nothing.
Yeah, it's not going to get him back in the game. Get on with it.
Well, VAR are having a look here at a potential red card, but it didn't take long. They've decided there wasn't any thought of one. No exuberant celebrations yet amongst those Wolves supporters. They're just not quite ready to make their plans to come back. But they are in fine voice. De La Feu's going to have a go down the left for the first time. Dini, De La Feu went down. Quickly bounced back. Dini. Pinched from him by Saiss. Proper captain Conor Cody, he's been geeing them up from the moment that they arrived at Wembley, in the dressing room, in the tunnel, through the warm-up. And he's organising the back line here. Holebas throw. Comes to De La Feu. Oh. De La Feu! Oh. Sensational! He has been absolutely full of it since coming on, and he's got Watford back in the semi-final.
What a goal. They've deserved it. Kept going. Committed men forward. Look at this. Oh. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It's just magnificent. It's disguised, it's deft. It's one of the best finishes you could hope to see.
Sensational finish.
Messi-esque, that. Just superb from Lionel Messi's former Barcelona teammate. De La Feu. Watford have 3 in the box. Doucouré. Dini. Dini down! Michael Oliver gives a penalty! Unbelievable semi-final drama.
You could see it. We're right behind it. He's cutting across him. Dendoncker doesn't see him. Watch. Touch. I think it's a pen.
Graham Scott is the video assistant referee, who's having a look at this over and over again to either confirm what Michael Oliver thought or take a different view.
Yeah.
Penalty confirmed. This is the moment.
Last minute of a semi-final in the Cup. Troy Deeney. You got to fancy him, haven't you?
Only one man for it for Watford. Their big man for their big moment. This to keep Watford's cup dream alive. This a career-defining moment. Absolutely emphatic. The feeling in that strike, the feeling in that celebration rings around the Watford supporters. It has been one of the great FA Cup comebacks today.
What a penalty. Gets a bit lucky, seen it on the replay, just dives under it, Ruddy. Oh, he won't care.
Power was the key. Watford 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. The wind is with Watford as we move into extra time at Wembley. Played through to Caballero. Jimenez. Across to Johnny
ball.
Castro. Otto! And Gomez makes the save. It was straight at him. Wasn't a clean strike.
No, it wasn't. It's a good move from Wolves.
At 2-0 down, we had that shot of Javi Gracia on the touchline,
Yeah.
and he looked lost. But my goodness, he stayed tactically switched on superbly.
Here we go.
Here's De La Feu, and De La Feu with the touch, and De La Feu with the finish. Wembley has rarely seen a substitute display like this. He has come on to turn this tie around. What about the touch to put himself within the chance to shoot there? What about the shot? Stroked into the net. Wolves look beaten.
Class is the word to describe this finish. Lovely 1-2 with Gray. Pace there. Touch. Brilliant finish.
Watford 3, Wolves 2. Javi Gracia's turn to beam. There's disbelief in the eyes of those Watford supporters. There's pure, unbridled joy in the face of Aurelio Gomez. And the match stays up now. We've seen the two faces of Wolves. That's Saiz. Vinagre. Ruben Vinagre will keep going, and he's managed to win a corner for Wolves. De La Feu's got a problem.
Ooh, ankle.
Yeah, left-hand side. On and off, job done. Tie one, maybe.
That'll be a quiz question in years to come. It is a fascinating game, though, isn't it?
And it still could swing.
Yeah.
Cavallero. Jimenez.
Ball.
Cavallero!
Oh.
Cavallero got around Gomez,
Done
but
that
he
bit.
couldn't get control of the ball again. They could have had the joy of an equaliser here.
He did well, to be fair to him. Don't know what the manager's kicking the things about for, probably just frustrated, but it was a good move.
Counting down the seconds now, Watford supporters. Referee's had a look at both watches. That will be it. What a win for Watford! One of the most dramatic ever FA Cup semi-finals has been won by the Hertfordshire Hornets. They were 2 goals down with a quarter an hour to go, and on came Gerard De La Feu to light up Wembley with a moment of magical genius. Deeney then kept his nerve with a powerful penalty, and De La Feu turned 2-0 down into a 3-2 win, and it will be Watford back in May to face Manchester City for the Emirates FA Cup.
It was very tough, but we've enjoyed. Today, when we had everything was lost, we were able to show our character, our ambition, our personality, and in this moment I'm very, very proud of all my players.
It was amazing. Until 70 minutes, it was like for everyone who was always going to win. So, but this is football. This is a cup game. It's a proper cup game, and everybody, I believe, enjoyed that.
It's tough, and sometimes the pain that you feel makes you grow, and we have to feel it as a group. We will stick together because it's our identity. It's a squad that it's relentless. We'll never give up, and we'll come again here.
What about the impact from the bench, from Gerard De La Feu?
Today it was difficult for me to start with Gerard beside me on the bench. Today I knew in that moment when Gerard was on the pitch, he will be very, very important for us.
It's a terrific season. It's not only the season. Last season we were in Championship. We come to the Premier League. We keep on fighting to each game, each challenge that we have ahead of us. We always go to try and compete. So that will not change ever.
Of course, it's a big season for you because you retire at the end in the summer. Will you be banging on the manager's door now between now and May the 18th to make sure that you continue to be Watford's FA Cup goalkeeper?
No, it's about a group, you know. It's about a team. I'm not going to knock that his door because he understands the game, and if he needs me, I'm gonna be there. If not, we are well served with Ben and Pantos as well.
Well, the thoughts there of Aurelio Gomez. We'll talk about him in a second. I've been joined pitchside at Wembley now by Danny Murphy, who's come down from the gantry alongside another cup winner, former cup winner in Martin Keown. 3 times he won it, by the way, Danny.
I did know that.
He was quite keen to tell me that. What a cup tie today.
Oh, it was fantastic. I mean, it was a pleasure to be here. It had everything you want from a cup tie. Work ethic of both sets of players, creativity, skill, wonderful goals, the comeback. I was amazed by some of the quality in the game. I thought that Delafeo's first goal was incredible. And I thought that both sets of supporters can walk away pleased and proud of their team.
Well, it was almost like a typical cup tie, wasn't it, really? Because Wolves thought they had it in the bag, and we were sat in and around their fans, as you know. We were really feeling that it was going to be Wolves' moment, and then suddenly Watford just kept coming on, just kept attacking, really showed great character, and to get back into the game they did, the way they did. Delafeo coming off the bench was inspired, the ability that he had, the pace that he showed for his winner. It's a cup tie really that had everything, and nothing between them, of course, in the Premier League. Just a point, and really just the odd goal here today. So cracking game.
Strange to think, really. We ended up with 5 goals. We got the first one after just 36 minutes because up until that point there weren't really many clear-cut chances before Matt Doherty got his 4th of the competition.
Yeah, you're right. I think they were kind of weighing up how each other was playing and trying to ease the way into the game. There's obviously some nerves, Martin. It doesn't matter who you are in a cup semi-final at Wembley. I thought it was interesting that Watford played a diamond, Pereira played at the tip of it, and he sat on Neves when Wolves had the ball, and that restricted Wolves' ability to play through. And they started getting on top as the half went on, even though I think after the goal especially, it kicked Watford into life. And they had 2 great chances with Gray, didn't they? And I thought they were unlucky to go in losing.
Well, yeah, they were, but I mean, it was interesting because Wolves didn't seem to worry about that Pereira situation, but they weren't getting their wing-backs forward in quite the same way that they normally do. But to go 2-0 up at that point, but I think then that's when the mistakes were made. If you saw Bennett was standing on the sideline there at 2-1 for an age, and perhaps it was the wrong player to come on at that particular time, but all credit to Watford because they showed the quality. Cody gets a bit drawn to the ball, and there's no substitute for pace. Delafeo's pace there for that goal is truly outstanding. Yeah.
As for Doherty's goal itself, he did well, really, didn't he, to escape the attentions of Abdullah Doucouré?
He's good at that. He's a wing-back that loves to get forward and get goals. I thought it was a super ball in from Jota on his left foot. The pace and the whip on the ball, it's hard to defend against. But it was an important goal for the rest of the game, really, because it kicked, as I say, Watford into life. And I think also it freed up the game. The cautiousness was gone. But I think it was a good goal and one that actually Watford could have avoided.
Yeah. I know, Martin, you were really impressed by Wolves' front 2, Jota and Jimenez. And Jimenez clearly has kept a fine few days for him, having made his move, to Wolves permanent with Wolves' second today.
Well, first of all, it's brave to play with 2 strikers, and the way that the sort of telepathic way that they link up. Jota was really, I mean, there's something coming from those 2 players in everything they do, and the finish was sublime. The free kick initially from that was from Jota's run, and then of course Jota was taken off, and he'd be sitting there kicking him, kicking his heels, thinking maybe I should have stayed on here to finish this game. Those 2 were so good in tandem. I think perhaps that was a little bit of a mistake to take him off.
Yeah, he took his goal well though in the end, didn't he? Jimenez
took it really well. I mean, we had the VAR issue. I mean, you're talking a centimetre, a millimetre, but I think it was the right decision. But he took it down beautifully. I think, to be fair, Wolves defended really, really resolutely until that wonder goal from Delafeo. And Martin and I were talking earlier, and he was right in that what he was saying is when that wonder goal went in, and it was a beautiful finish, momentum shifted, and you felt Wolves they backed off and backed off and backed off, and Watford's superior physical fitness, and willingness to try and get back in the game, in the end got them back in it with the penalty, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, and Bolly, a word for him at the back, because, again, he was outstanding.
He was
like a wall at the back there. There's so many of those Wolves players don't deserve to be in a losing team, and they've got they've had a great season. They'll finish it nicely, but it's Watford that's going to have the day in the sun, I'm afraid, on the 18th of May.
I also felt when the penalty, when they equalised in the last minute, I think it was just about a penalty.
Was it, Martin? Is that how you saw it?
Close. I think
That's a no then,
I think Troy Deeney makes the most of that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't make contact with the ball. Dendoncker.
No, he
So
doesn't.
the penalty has to be given there. I think the referee just about got that right.
He didn't see him coming. It was on the blind side, wasn't it? But I think when that goal went in, I always felt, although the extra time was a bit more even, I thought Watford then had momentum.
Yeah.
I really did. I felt that they were going to go on and win it, and they did.
But talk about high-pressure penalty, and Troy Deeney did brilliantly well with that. But then we went into extra time, and you got the feeling from a Wolves perspective, had they lost momentum, had their heads dropped, but they made it for a great, really, last half an hour, didn't they?
They had a go, they did, and you know, you could argue, we could stand here all evening and talk about he should have done this was a substitution, he should have done that. I do think he
could he have done better, Danny?
I think so. I was surprised there wasn't a bit more energy, forward thinking in the substitutions, a bit cautious.
I think, though, I can fully understand Nuno's position.
I can.
And all of the fans here as well. That, you know, 1980 was the last time these Wolves supporters have been to a proper Wembley occasion, shall we say? And you just felt that, you know, you've got to go. You can't just invite the opposition on as they did. And it seemed like a matter of time. And it was a wonderful moment for Deulofeu. And then, of course, the momentum changed. And Nuno thought he could just get away with this long enough. At extra time, literally they had to press that forward button again because they hadn't gone forward for so long, and they looked better in extra time, but it just wasn't to be for them today.
Yeah. But what it does do, it means for Watford, not only are they still going for 7th place, they could, you know, end up picking up the trophy, but they've only got the small matter of Manchester City to face in that. But they're going to have to show the same resilience as they showed today. That's, you know, that's for certain, for sure.
Yeah, of course, and I remember being here when Wigan beat Manchester City with that last-minute goal. I think it was Ben Watson, wasn't it? And anything can happen in a cup final. I mean, my only cup win was when we had a lot of luck against Martin's Arsenal, and we should have lost on the day. It's not about how well you play. It's digging in, and it's that bit of luck, and, you know, a sending off or a City off day. Watford have players who are capable of winning that game, but they'll all have to be at it, and they'll have to show the same determination and passion as they did today.
And the final word for Wolves, Martin. I mean, they're going to be... Is it going to take some picking up for the players as far as Nuno's concerned? Because they can still look back at what's been a great season for them in the Premier League.
Well, magnificent. They've only just come up from the Championship.
Yeah, true.
And you think about, I mean, have we ever seen a better team to come up from the Championship and do as well as they have? So they'll dust themselves off. Probably a few other signings will come in, and they bought magnificently well.
Yeah.
You have to say, no, good season for them. They'll reflect on this. And I think bounce back next year, who knows, that maybe they can go one step further and get themselves to a final next year.
OK, gents, for now, thanks very much indeed. Before we leave you here at Wembley, a quick reminder, there's plenty more football on the way here on the BBC. You can hear Chelsea against West Ham on 5 Live on Monday night. England's women continue their World Cup preparations against Spain on Tuesday. You can watch that live on BBC 2. 5 Live has got commentary of the Champions League quarter-final first leg between Tottenham and Manchester City on Tuesday. Plus Manchester United against Barcelona on Wednesday. And there's comprehensive coverage to come, of course, from Augusta.
Through the fairways of time, from one great champion to another.
A deserving fist pump.
Oh, does this feel nice?
Feels good. Thank you.
The Masters. Live radio and text commentary starts on Thursday. Then live uninterrupted coverage of the final 2 rounds from Saturday on BBC 2 and BBC iPlayer.
Yeah, can't wait for the drama to begin from the Masters. I know these two will be glued to it. Martin, Danny, thanks very much indeed for your company.
Pleasure, thank you.
Thank you too as well for yours. And that's it from Wembley, where Manchester City will take on Watford in the 2019 FA Cup final here at Wembley Stadium. It's going to be quite an occasion if today's Cup semi-final tie itself has got anything to go by. Bye for now.